I'm kind of tired of having to talk about situations like this. YouTube has been called out for them numerous times in the last few days, starting with people like Corey Kenshin and Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. Unfortunately, I have to kind of continue this little trend because a similar situation involving a smaller creator and I has unfolded, and YouTube has given a pretty stupid response. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I want to be talking about a situation that kind of involves me, and I feel pretty bad about it because it's a pretty clear instance of YouTube not treating smaller creators on the same guidelines and principles that they treat larger creators like myself. I mean, I have over 1 million subscribers, and the person that we'll be talking about today, or really kind of comparing and contrasting with, has like 150 to 200,000 subscribers, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it is a smaller creator in comparison, and unfortunately, YouTube is at it again. We talked about the Corey Kenshin situation and how, you know, they were basically playing favoritism with people like Markiplier. Markiplier talked about how YouTube basically struck down on him by taking him out of the Game On event for basically reacting to that. Jacksepticeye also kind of tuned into the conversation, gave his own, I guess, talk about it because he had a similar issue go down. But now it's my turn to finally speak out and hit YouTube with it because this is pretty stupid in my opinion. So I don't know if you guys remember this particular trend and challenge that was going on online called the Devious Lick Challenge. Now, this originated on TikTok, and essentially what it was is high school students and middle schoolers across the world were basically going to school and they were just vandalizing things. Like, it started out as like, oh, I'll steal a stapler from my teacher, right? Just a little haha prank. It eventually devolved into people like destroying entire high school bathrooms, like knocking sinks off the wall, destroying urinals, destroying soap dispensers, just committing legitimate acts of vandalism and just doing stupid things. Now, of course, a lot of people spoke out about this because not only was it an extremely popular trend at the time, but it was something that was very easy to make content on, let's be honest. I mean, when you open up your TikTok For You page and every day you see a half dozen kids committing vandalism in random high schools across the United States, not really hard to find the content you need to make a video reacting to it, right? So I was one of the people that kind of led the YouTube trend of making content on this topic, and I made a video talking about the situation. Now, when I uploaded that video, it was demonetized because YouTube doesn't really like it when you upload content discussing current dangerous or ridiculous trends. Keep in mind, this wasn't really a dangerous or like illegal, I shouldn't say illegal, it was very illegal, they were committing vandalism, but it wasn't like people were dying, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't illegal, people weren't getting killed in the streets or anything crazy, there's not really any violence or like too over border stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it still kind of fits within what you can talk about, especially if you're not encouraging people to do it, which I wasn't, but essentially a situation unfolded a few days ago with a smaller YouTuber by the name of Fire Monkey, right? And he, I guess, about 11 months ago, uploaded a video where he was talking about this situation, right? He was talking about the whole devious lick trend and everything too. Keep in mind, just like I did. In my video, I used a pretty good amount of footage of this whole devious lick challenge thing. I talked about it. I encouraged people to not do it. But 11 months later, this Fire Monkey creator was basically hit by YouTube for uploading a video on this devious lick challenge. So, hey at Team YouTube, is there any chance you could look into why this video gave me a permanent guideline strike and re-review it? 11 months ago, I made a video about the devious lick trend that was going on and how it was a dumb trend. After posting the video, it was taken down due to harmful or violent acts, despite it having less footage of the actual trend than that of videos made by Optimus and Moist Critical or Penguin Zero, which are still up to date with no issues. I just find it interesting how my channel was punished with a permanent guideline strike for a video just talking about a trend despite other creators with a bigger following being able to make the same exact content without issues. Now, I feel like obviously you can understand why this creator's upset. I mean, if you are making a video about something other people are making a video about, right, and other people are allowed to do it and YouTube basically reacts to only you doing it, I can understand why you would think that there's some favoritism and why there's a problem with what's going on, because truth be told, I see a pretty big problem with what's going on. So before I go any further into this video, I want to show you guys the look at my video. This is my Devious Lick Challenge video in my YouTube dashboard in the background. As you can see, it explicitly states this video is being monetized. It has been reviewed. So I remember pretty clearly when this video came out, it was demonetized. It was hit with limited ads because it was talking about a pretty stupid trend going on at the time. I requested it to be reviewed, and it was reviewed, and it was switched manually to a green $sign. The video was fully fully monetized to this day. It's still available. You can go watch it literally right now if you choose to. But yet this smaller creator's video wasn't just demonetized. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he got hit with limited ads. His video was taken completely off of YouTube, and he was given a permanent guidelines strike against his YouTube channel. This is a very serious offense on YouTube. Keep in mind, if you have too many guideline strikes like this, your channel can be outright terminated. So this isn't something to take lightly, you know? It's not a demonetized video. If it was, you know, you can kind of just suck it up and deal with it, right? Like, oh, my video got demonetized, I guess I gotta just move on to the next video. But in this kind of situation, when they're hitting you with a permanent guideline strike, it's a very serious offense on YouTube. It's one that can extremely damage your career, and I think it's unfair that my video can be manually reviewed by a human at YouTube, be fully monetized, but yet they want to take other people's content down on the same topics. So YouTube, I pretty much called them out because they gave a response to FireMonkey, and this is what they said. Update, we've removed the video per our harmful or dangerous policies as it contains extremely dangerous challenges that pose an imminent risk of physical injury or death. More info here, and they link a Google article. Okay, if you know anything about this trend, you know this doesn't make sense because the Devious Lick Challenge, once again, does not involve people getting hurt or physically abused or attacked. It was a trend of high school students committing vandalism against inanimate objects and property. You know what I mean? They were knocking off urinals off walls, or like knocking soap dispensers off walls. They weren't running around with a knife stabbing people in public. So this doesn't make sense for YouTube to take this video down for this policy guideline. It doesn't pose an imminent risk of physical injury or death. It's not an extremely dangerous challenge in the physical sense. In my opinion, YouTube simply took this video down even though it was against the trend and it talked about the trend negatively because they don't want content about these kinds of challenges on their website. And to an extent, that's fine. You know, YouTube has the right to come up with whatever rules they want regarding content on their platform. But A, enforce everyone's videos equally or don't enforce them at all. Or B, if you're gonna actually take action against people's content, do it for the legitimate reason. Do it for a right reason. Don't just make up a reason to come after people's content. Like, they didn't even take his video down for a legitimate reason at this point. And then, yeah, like he says, you have people like myself who my video is fully monetized and still available till this day. Once again, this is following multiple other massive creators coming out against YouTube over the last week or so and basically exposing them for this type of favoritism. And then in this instance, you see it again. I mean, is it really a coincidence that all of these times that we've seen this happen, the person who gets away with it is a larger creator? And personally, I think it's ridiculous that we're on a platform where that happens, where the larger creators are allowed to upload content like this and get away with it. But if you're a smaller creator, you know, you get a permanent guideline strike. Now, you might be like, oh, Optimus, why are you even saying anything about this, bro? You didn't get in trouble. It was someone else. Why are you risking having your video re-reviewed by YouTube and potentially taken down? Because it's fucking unfair. It's just simply that, it's that easy. It's unfair. If the roles were reversed, I would want somebody to speak out on my behalf. I would want the creator who's getting special privilege to speak out on my behalf. So that's exactly what I'm doing, because this is a clear instance of YouTube getting it wrong and just doing the wrong thing and making it, in this instance, it's not even just someone's video getting age restricted, like in a lot of these other situations. That's still pretty serious to the growth of your video and whatnot long term, but it's not a permanent guideline strike on your YouTube channel. This is one of the most ridiculous overreaches and overuses of power that we've seen YouTube actually do. And the truth is, YouTube, if you decide you want to take my video down or whatever to comply with these rules or whatever, at least enforce it the same way you would enforce everyone else's video. So I encourage everyone watching this video to actually, at YouTube, go on Twitter, at Team YouTube, use the hashtag that I've put on the screen. I doubt we'll get this trending, but it would be nice if we got this trending just to simply send a message to YouTube that we're tired of the stupid favoritism. I mean, like 4 of my videos now in the last week have been me covering this type of favoritism from YouTube in different situations, right? The combined subcounts of people who have spoken out about this now is in the tens of millions. It's about time that YouTube addresses this issue and does something about it. So in favor of FireMonkey, the smaller creator here, I actively call on YouTube to hashtag get it together YouTube, because this is ridiculous. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, getting favoritism, I guess, and signing out.